Hello and welcome to Athena's Creations 2017. I'm Athena Turk, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator since 2017. I am so glad that you've joined me tonight or on the replay or even on YouTube later on. I have got a bunch of cards to share with you tonight, bringing in some new product and also some coordinating product that's already in the annual catalog. This is the December Paper Pumpkin Kit, and I will put together for you all three of these beautiful cards, and they are so beautiful as is. You don't have to do anything with them. That's the beauty of all of their kits collection, all of their paper pumpkins. They're amazing. However, we do have coordinating product, and for those of you who may have paused your subscription, or maybe you forgot to renew it or subscribe, there is some coordinating product that's very similar that I'm going to share with you tonight on my live demonstration. We're also going to bring in the Fern 3D embossing folder and the perennial postage dies, and like I said, a couple of other products. And we're going to make some alternatives for all but this one. I think this one, I was just going to kind of play around with it at the end just to kind of see what we could come up with. Because again, there's lots of product here and lots of coordinating product that I'm going to use tonight. So let's go ahead and get started so I can share all of that with you. Bear with me one moment as I switch gears here and we get started. Make sure, pardon my hand, make sure that you get to see everything that's going on the desk. I always like to look at some of the current offerings in the catalog, the annual catalog. That one is around for a year. Our mini catalogs are 4 months. And let's see. I always fiddle with this for some reason. We're also going to do a little blending. So let's get started. I'm hopefully have this set. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I'm going to have to fiddle some more with my stand that I use. We're also going to use the elements from the add-on, which is also available. This is called Notes from the Heart. This is the December 2024 Paper Pumpkin, and we've got amazing sentiments. The font on all of these sentiments are beautiful. And I don't know about you, but after Christmas, I need quite a few thank you cards for family members and friends. And then, of course, thinking of you, we have beautiful instructions that are also available, and they show everything that's included, plus all of the coordinating colors, which is super helpful so that I can decide what alternatives will I want to use for this kit. It's absolutely gorgeous. The elements, everything that's in this kit is beautiful. And we've got some previews for January, February, and March. And let me tell you, you are not going to want to miss those. I guarantee you, you're going to want to make sure you have your subscription. You may even want to order an extra kit in March. Like I said, there's a lot that's offered. Now this one is the add-on. It's called Merry Tags and More. You've got this nice little tag, which is great year-round. This is actually a die set that I think you could use all year long. You've got this fern die cut and the word friend. And you can see that it, like I said, you can use this year-round. And I decided to use some of the elements of this one tonight to share with you some ideas. And this is part of the kit. This is the dimensionals, and these reminded me of the Druzy or Druzy adhesive backed embellishments. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm actually using these, and the kit comes with them, and that may not be exactly, but sure is close. So you have all these beautiful elements that are included in this kit. And also included is some tear and tape. that you can use for your adhesive. And then the sentiments. The sentiments are really amazing. Notes from the heart. These you can definitely use all year round. Best of luck. That's a great one for graduates. It's a great one if somebody is retiring. Lots of love is great for Valentine's Day. Best of luck could be St. Patrick's Day. You've got happy birthday, thank you, congrats, hello, get well soon. And just a note, all of these are wonderful sentiments that can be used year round. And also, I'm bringing in the Fern 3D embossing folder and the perennial postage dies. And then I was actually going to use this one and then decided this looks very familiar to me. And so I looked at my catalog, and in our annual catalog is the Poised Peony. This is one I haven't had time to play with yet. And I thought, let's get the stamp out. Let's see what we can come up with. And I've got some coordinating blends that we're going to use on a card tonight. And then of course, one of the colors is from the 2024-2026 in color. So I'm using the Shimmer Gems. And this is the card at the very end that we're going to kind of play around with. So I don't know if I want to use the beautiful Pretty in Pink. If I want to do something maybe with this one in the stamp set. That's a possibility. And of course, all the beautiful colors, they just go so beautifully together. There's just so many possibilities with this one. All right, so I will set this one aside. This will be the last one if we have time, because I really think we could use the different elements. We could definitely stamp some of these as the background, and then this could be the main focal point. So if you didn't get the paper pumpkin kit for December, you could get the Poised Peony and get some of the other embellishments and coordinating cardstock that's similar, and I'm going to share with you what that looks like tonight. The first card I think that we want to do all three exactly as the instructions show, which is going to be beautiful. I also brought in, because I was looking up scalloped, I wanted to see what product is current that's either an online exclusive or it's an annual catalog, or maybe it's the last chance. And so I looked up the word scalloped, and it brought up the dies from the Unbounded Love. And so that, and then there's this cute little one here. So I thought that would, most of the sentiments would work with that one, I think. And the one other thing that I noticed too when I looked up Blackberry Bliss, because I looked up the color, something that might have been overlooked, I know I overlooked it, we have what's called the Expressions of Kindness kit. Now look at the beautiful gold and Blackberry Bliss. It's very similar to the December kit. So again, if you didn't get the December kit, you can always get the Expressions of Kindness kit and get some other beautiful cards to make. And again, it looks like very similar, the Druzy embellishments and the little stickers. And here's just a note wishing you the happiest of birthdays. So this is a complete kit that comes with an ink spot, and it comes with this gorgeous ribbon, the beautiful envelopes, everything that you see here is in this box, right? So again, if you missed the December paper pumpkin kit, you can always get the Expressions of Kindness, which is very, very similar, okay? Just wanted to share that little tidbit for you. Let's go ahead and do card number 1. Like I said, we'll do all of these as is, and I have 3 alternatives, and we'll do a 4th alternative at the very end. Here's all of the elements for the card. Now you'll notice that the envelopes are this deep, beautiful green mossy meadow. I almost did some die cutting but I thought this envelope is beautiful. And of course there are little scalloped where you can put on the very front who it's to, and it's got the little sticky on the back, so it makes it really easy for the postal people to see exactly where you want your envelope to go and who it goes to. And then we've got, I don't know if you can see, but there's a tint of like the lemon lolly. I believe that's what the color back here showed. The coordinating, let me see. Daffodil Delight maybe? That's the kind of the yellowing that is on this card base. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so you're gonna fold it in half, and it's already scored for you. This is such a beautiful card. And you can even see on the instructions where the little tab is going to go to who it's to. This one's happy birthday. Absolutely beautiful. Love the gold around the little tag here. This one's so, so pretty. That is gorgeous. All right, let's see. It looks like they want us to put this, I don't know if you can see this one. Let me get out the Blackberry Bliss cardstock so you can see. This is the vellum piece that is also included in the kit. And you get, let's see, what does it show? 3, 6. You're going to be able to make 9 cards, but I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to make a lot more than 9 cards with this kit eventually when I'm done, because I'm also going to bring in some other elements to expand it, because I like to make as many cards with the product as I can. And so this is the background embellishment piece that they want us to put down first according to the instructions. And that's interesting because it's showing to use the tear and tape. It's showing you exactly where you put your adhesive. Wow, that's interesting. So you're going to basically flip this over, and if you're all thumbs like I am, take your pick tool to pick it up, and then this is going to go right over the back, and then we're going to put our tear and tape just like it shows, and the tear and tape is included. It is a day after Christmas. I so hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I didn't know if I was going to go live tonight or not. But when I started playing with this kit, I realized just how gorgeous it was, and I had to share. Okay, so it's great because it's tape that tears. So it's going to adhere it, and you won't be able to see it, the adhesive, but you'll be able to see all the fun behind there. So I love that they show all the instructions on where the tear and tape, all your adhesives, where it's going to go. Love that that's included. Once you've applied the pressure, you just want to use your, take your pick tool. I use this all the time. It's one of my favorite tools for stamping and crafts. Pick up that end piece there. And then, ooh, be careful because vellum will rip if you're not careful. It's super thin, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And then it's showing for us to just put it right like that. That is gorgeous. This is really simple and easy to make. And like I said, it comes with the little ink spot, Blackberry Bliss, but I like to use my full pad. And do happy birthday. Gonna be able to see where I'm stamping. And just apply a little bit of pressure. There's our happy birthday. We have a lot of birthdays in our family in the new year, January. And then it's showing we use 3 of our little dimensionals. The font on this stamp set is absolutely gorgeous. so very pretty. And you just put it right there. And then of course we're going to bring in those druzy embellishments that are actually part of the kit. And I love that you have these little baggies. When it's all said and done, you can reuse those for other little pieces and stuff. That is gorgeous. Okay, let's see. There's some small ones and medium sized. Put one right there. These seem a little bit flatter than the druzy embellishments, but they are absolutely gorgeous. 1, 2, and 3. Absolutely gorgeous card. This is a beautiful kit. All right, let's move on to card number 2, which is using that fern. And it's just a note, so this is a good for a friend. Just a note. Like I said, we're going to put this one together exactly as it's shown. Oops, there we go. And there's that lovely Mossy Meadow envelope. Go ahead and fold it down. And burnish the score lines. And just like the first card, we've got the little sticky for the address label. And again, this one's showing the tear and tape as well, so let's do that. I'm going to put down our fern. And then this one's going to go right on top. And then we're going to get our tear and tape. And it shows one strip across the bottom there. And then this strip coming down. And there's the front of our card. And again, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to lift up that piece right there. And this one goes just like that. Then we're going to stamp Just a Note, which is on my desk here somewhere. Oh, here we go. I'm going to use my Blackberry Bliss. Apply nice even pressure. And this one we're going to use the dimensionals. I'm going to use 3. All right. It shows it off to the side, but I kind of want to cover a little bit of that bottom for some reason. Then here's those beautiful embellishments. I think I want to use a small one down here. And then a big one right here. And a little one right next to it. That is gorgeous. Another beautiful card. Just a note. And then card number 3. Now this one, I didn't really see a stamp set that would look very similar to that piece. This one says congrats, but I don't need any congrats, so I'm not actually going to use that one, even though I said I would do it exactly as is. I need thank you cards and happy birthday, so I think I'm going to turn this into a thank you card. And again, those gorgeous mossy metal envelopes, and the address tag. We're going to go ahead and fold this over. I'm excited to share with you after these 3 cards my Athena original, I call them, ideas for alternatives. All right. And so it looks like, just like the other 2 cards, we're going to use the tear and tape. I have to admit, I would have never thought to use tear and tape for this kind of a project, but it makes sense. Okay, so it's going to go like this. And this looks like it's going to be like that. So there it is. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to get my tear and tape, which conveniently fits around my wrist. And I'm going to adhere it, a little sliver right there, and then a little sliver right there, just like it shows. And there's plenty of tear and tape left. Make sure that's down nice and evenly. Hey Tracy, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm finishing up the 3 cards, and I'm going to do some alternatives with this one. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous card kit. You can't really see the vellum, but the cards that I'm making alternatively are beautiful. And so, as I mentioned, I need thank you cards. So instead of the congrats, I'm going to use a thank you. Make sure there's plenty of ink on there. And just stamp it nice and firmly. Beautiful. And then we're going to use our dimensionals that come with the kit. Let's see. That's really, really pretty. And then these beautiful little, I'm calling them druzy embellishments, because that's what they look like. Put one down here, the big one, and 2 smaller ones right over here. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. Now we're going to move on to the first alternative. And this kit's only been out, what, maybe a little over a week. I think I got it early last week and started playing with it. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous cards. So now let's move on to my first alternative. And I'm bringing out my, what do you call this? We call this our card template. So I have a lot of different card templates, and this is basically retired cardstock Mango Melody that I used, and some retired designer paper with the exact measurements, which makes it really easy when I pull these out to kind of see what do I want to do with the elements of the kit that I've gotten. And so this is kind of the idea behind my next card. And of course, we've got beautiful ribbon that is on the last chance list. It's this Blackberry Bliss with gold. I believe it's like $9 marked down. We're going to use that with this next card. This is an Athena original. And we are also bringing in the fern embossing folder And with this one, you can see that beautiful vellum that comes with the kit. And the gorgeous ribbon. And it's so, so pretty. And again, a thank you card, because I can always use more thank you cards. And that's the fun fold from my card template. For my card number 1 alternative. Here's all the pieces. And I went ahead and pre-cut and scored and all of that. Basically, we're folding the card in half. And that 2 and, let me just double check. 2 and an 1/8 is the extra score that I added. It's basically folding it over in half. I like to score it, makes it easier to fold it back. And that's our card base that we're using. Set that over just a minute. And I went ahead and I've already used the embossing folder on the Mossy Meadow piece of cardstock. The first thing I'm going to do is add my little piece of, it's 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch of gold. And I use my grid to line everything up. Before I add my adhesive. And so it's basically, what, 1/8 of an inch it looks like that I'm trying to line this up. I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive. And then this beautiful Blackberry Bliss is approximately 7.5 inches. And I just want to add it overlapping just a little bit on the gold. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to hold that down and get that adhesive on there. And if you want the middle to stay down, you can just use a little piece of glue dot. So now we're going to bring in our card base. And I'm just going to line this up to find the sweet spot, I call it, where it's nice and measured correctly. Double check it, and then I'm going to hold down one side and lift up to apply the adhesive just right there at the top, because you only want it on that fold piece. And now I can apply adhesive to the rest. Beautiful card. Okay. So next, we're going to stamp thank you. Then we're going to add our vellum. And then we're going to add our beautiful cutout piece. When I saw that fern, I knew we had that fern embossing folder, and I just knew it would look great. And I wanted to use it in a fun way, so here we go. Thank you. Blackberry Bliss is absolutely gorgeous. Love this color. I think I've had this pad for a while. And then this one we're going to put up on dimensionals. But first, I want to see where I'm going to put my elements first on the card here. And then I just kind of want to eyeball a little bit with that adhesive. And this will cover up any of the adhesive that you can see on there currently. When you have a cutout piece, you just want to make sure all those little pieces are out. There we go. And this one's going to go right over the top. And I still see through, so I'm just going to use that as an embellishment opportunity with these beautiful embellishments that were included with the paper pumpkin kit, Notes from the Heart. I'm really excited about our paper pumpkin kits coming up in January, February, March. It's going to be so amazing. All right, so now I want to put embellishment here. And I put one up there. So let's just put one right over here. Athena Original, alternative number 1. And then I wanted to bring in this beautiful Blackberry Bliss paper. It's one of my favorite papers. And I decided to cut the card base in half so that I would have another fun fold similar to the first alternative. But I wanted to keep it very similar, but bring in my blending brush and Mossy Meadow ink pad and add a little bit of color to the background. And then, of course, I wanted to use the add-on, and so I die cut a couple of the little add-on pieces to put on here. Now the first thing we're gonna do, since I cut the card base in half, is I want to line it up first. Okay. And believe it or not, we're going to add the inside piece first. Oh, and the card base for this one, I think I shared it with you. It's basically you cut it in half, and then you score it down the middle, and again 2 1/8. Basically fold this back onto itself. That fun fold. This piece, it's going to be flush. So there's going to be a tiny little gap, or not gap, but there's a tiny little 1/8 of an inch right here. That's fine. But you want it to be inside the card. And it's a beautiful scalloped image. It's absolutely gorgeous. But make sure it's flush, top to bottom, side to side. And then hold it, lift up one side and apply your adhesive. And then just complete the adhesive for the rest of it. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and bring in Mossy Meadow in our blending brush. And then we're just going to pick up some ink. And since I'm going to fill most of the middle, I'm going to start in the middle and then just kind of brush in and blend in the color Mossy Meadow. There's like a Daffodil Delight, the faintest hint of color on the cards in person. And that kind of gave me an idea to maybe bring in the Mossy Meadow Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want it to have a little bit of different color so that when you open it, you can see, oh, it's not completely white, like the matching counterpart. Beautiful, beautiful paper. Love it. So next is assembling. And so the reason why we did the bottom first is we want to line up the scallops for the outside. And then once we have that lined up, again, there's going to be that beautiful 1/8 of an inch. Again, it's showing off that gorgeous Blackberry Bliss paper. Double check that all of the scallops are even. Hold down one side, lift up the other to apply some adhesive, but only to the half part. Now we can apply the adhesive to the rest of this side here, making sure that the scallops lined up. So what I did, get well soon. I think I could use a couple more of those. I think I'll stick with get well soon. The first thing I want to do is bring in the extra elements that I die cut from the add-on. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of adhesive right there. And a little bit of adhesive there. And some adhesive right there for this beautiful vellum die cut piece. And anything that might be showing adhesive wise will just stick to this piece here. So it's all good. Just like that. So pretty. We're going to go ahead and get our Get Well Soon and stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. Don't know about y'all, but I didn't have a lot of time this past week to stamp. So I told my husband, this is what I need to do. And so he said he needs to watch football. So it's a happy compromise. Okay. So again, we want to use our dimensionals. I'm going to use 3. And the next card is using the Blackberry Bliss again, the ribbon. And it is beautiful. There we go. And again, I want to use these beautiful embellishments. Use the big one right here. And another big one right up here. And then a little one right around here. Isn't that pretty? I love it when it comes together, an idea. Get Well Soon. So that was my alternative number 2. Now in the third one, Athena Original Alternative. Again, I just can't get enough of this beautiful Blackberry Bliss paper. I'm also bringing in that ribbon again. Absolutely gorgeous ribbon. And it's Happy Birthday. I also brought in the perennial postage for the inside piece. I didn't see anything current that had scalloped edges, and don't think I have any of the retired scallops, so brought in the perennial postage. And using the die from the add-on, because again, I always want to utilize what I can from the add-on, the tag, and stamped the peony, which to me is what this looks so very similar to. In my eye, it looks very, very similar. So again, for those of you who may have not either canceled or forgot to renew or subscribe to the paper pumpkin for December, we do have the prize peony, or excuse me, poised peony. I think prize peony was a couple of years ago. Poised peony in the annual catalog. And so you could, you know, get that stamp set in some of the beautiful colors. And you can also use the Fern 3D embossing folder and create something very close to this one. And of course, the poised peony has best birthday wishes, hello, and in my thoughts. So, you know, we always have something to offer for everyone in the annual catalog. And I brought in my blending brushes, so we're gonna do a little blending. And I think we might do the Blackberry Bliss for the flower, like stamp it twice and just kind of see what it looks like. Because I may not stamp it exactly like this one, because I actually stamped, colored it, and then I die cut it out. So I went ahead and die cut ahead of time. Happy birthday. Like I said, we have lots of birthdays in January. And this is just gorgeous with the gold druzy embellishments. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is a regular sized card. But I think what I want to do is I'm going to bring this in, because I'm sure I'm going to stamp over, because it's not the clear, it's the red rubber. And I'm going to apply Memento ink. And we'll stamp this twice, because I want to do just like my alternative, but I also want to see what it looks like with the Blackberry Bliss for the flower. Okay. And then once you decide where you're going to stamp, you just want to apply nice even pressure. Let that ink soak in. Love it. We're going to do it one more time. Apply some more of the Memento ink. Beautiful stamp set. Sadly, there's several in the annual catalog that I was able to get when they had that sale, but I haven't used it yet. So this was a great opportunity to bring one of those stamp sets out. And this one's just lovely. Again, just apply nice even pressure. Oh, that's so pretty. And I only went over a little bit, no big deal. So I'm going to use the dark color first, and I'm going to use the Pretty in Pink, the marker side, not the brush, but what I'm calling the marker side. And I'm basically going to do a little like outline to the flower. It's the darker color. With my experience with blends, there's no right or wrong. Whatever you're comfortable doing, it's going to look amazing. I have a color lifter, but I can't say that I've actually used it. You can always use coloring pencils. Whatever your color of choice medium is, Stampin' Up! Has it. Again, just a little bit of an outline. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss Dark, the marker side, because I want to see what it looks like. Now this stamp set doesn't have any die cuts. So this is one of those where it would be great if you had a die set or stamped on a cutout die cut like this. my Blackberry Bliss, I don't think I've ever used it, the blends, and so it's perfect. And I'm not outlining exactly the same, because no matter what you do, it's going to look beautiful. Okay, that's the dark, and I'm going to come back in. It would probably look really good with the pink. Let's try it. Let's just try it and see. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. So this is off script. That's okay. Using the brush side. And again, you can use whatever color medium that you're comfortable with, or what that you have supply-wise. So again, if you did miss the December paper pumpkin, there are some other product that is very, very similar. That looks really good. I like that. I think I might like that better than the original. So again, this is the light. I'm just going to go in and add a little bit of the color after I outlined it in the dark. And so now I'm going to do dark mossy meadow. I'm calling it the pin side. Same thing for the leaves. Give it a little bit of an outline. I tend to not speak too much when I'm using the blends because I'm afraid I'll get myself distracted. And it is quite relaxing. After all that hustle and bustle of the holiday, this is the perfect wind down for me. Just kind of giving it some outline here. Probably an easier coloring would be with the pencils. Stampin' Up! Has the colored pencils. Okay, now with the brush side of the light mossy meadow, this one I think I need to replace it. I don't know if you can see, it's very worn, so I'm definitely not going to put a lot of color because there's no point on that one. I guess this is one of those I must have used a lot of, or I used it in a workshop, I don't know. But I definitely need to replace it. There we go, just add a little bit of color there. That actually looks pretty good like that, even though it is kind of messed up a little bit. Guess I need to add that to my next order. So I think I like the Blackberry Bliss outline with the color on it. But they both look amazing, don't they? Love it. Okay. So we're gonna get our beautiful Blackberry Bliss folded in half. Burnish the score line. We're going to go ahead and add our inside piece. I'm going to find the center. Then I'm going to hold down one side, lift up the flap, and apply my adhesive. This keeps it as close to centered as possible. And then again on this one, I'm going to just give it some adhesive right there in the middle. And then here is our vellum element piece. It is absolutely gorgeous. And then I want to, of course, add the little fern die cut, just like that. And this one is outlined in the Blackberry Bliss, and so I want that one for this card. Beautiful. And then I've already folded that beautiful ribbon. And I don't like that it's poking up, so the trick to that for me is to get a little glue dot and make it stay down. That is absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna, and I always use the little dot once I make the piece that comes from the glue dots. I'll put the ribbon on it to hold it until I need it in place. Now we're going to use this Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to stamp Happy Birthday. Love the font to this one. Might need to re-ink this guy. I've used him quite a bit. Happy Birthday, beautiful font. I am getting ink everywhere. That's okay. All right, I am going to do better, try to do better in the new year, sending out more cards. I make time to create them. I need to send more out. That's my goal. And to stop and think, is this really important? Do I really need to worry about this now? Because I found myself kind of being a worrywart in 2024. And that can be quite the struggle. So I need to reassess how I think about things. That looks really pretty. I do like that. That vellum, so pretty. And I want to add this beautiful druzy embellishments that are included. Just put a couple over here. You can see there's so much more left too for other cards. Absolutely beautiful. I just love that one. I think I like this card better than my original, but still very, very pretty. Now let's play with the last alternative that I don't have complete on purpose. It's a little unnerving, if you will, because I don't have a sample to just completely go by and explain. So I'm going to go a little bit out of my comfort zone, but maybe we'll come up with something really amazing that way. Okay. So here is the 2024-2026 In Color Shimmer Gems, which is this gorgeous, pretty in pink. A returning amazing color. Beautiful, beautiful elements in this kit. I've used everything on this kit except for these pieces. So I haven't decided if I want to just use this one on Blackberry Bliss or maybe layering. thinking maybe I'll cut this one in half and layer it on top. I think I might do that, and then put like a bow down here. So this is totally unplanned. Part of the fun of creativity, in my opinion, is when you just kind of play, move things around. These are gorgeous. Might use these, and like I said, I can just bring in, and we might do that too before I go. We might just do the cover of one just to see what it looks like, because hey, why not? We can stamp it and then just add some color, like brush stroke it in. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and put this one on a block. Oh, and here's another tip for you. Take your pick tool. I use it pretty much for everything, and this is why. Sometimes with the red rubber, they just kind of stick a little bit, which is fine. It stays put, which is nice. That's the point, right? Let's see here. I think I want to, pardon my reach, get my C block. Nope, that's not going to be big enough, is it? Maybe. Yes, sort of. Let's see. Yep, it should. We'll test it out. All right. Now we also have this beautiful ribbon that is pretty in pink as well. That actually might be prettier. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do 2 bows and we'll just see. Maybe we'll want to put them both on there. So here's the part that I like to do with the new ribbon spool. I find where the beginning of the spool starts, and then this plastic, I just kind of move it past a little bit. And then I use my, again, take your pick tool. That way the plastic kind of keeps it from unraveling everywhere for me, and that just works, makes it easier so it stays put. I'm gonna do my 2 bunny ears. Just like this. And then I just wanna kind of maneuver the ribbon a little bit. And this is like a cloth feel to it. So I guess you could say it's a little stiff. But I kind of want to make these rabbit ears, the bow part, kind of want them to be symmetrically nice to look at. My ribbon only scissors. And again, I'm going to use my glue dot just to hold it in place. Because believe you and me, if I don't do that, I will lose it somewhere, somehow. And let's make a bow with the beautiful Blackberry Bliss. This one is like a satiny feel. So to me, it's a little easier to maneuver. And again, it's still in the spool there. And I just want to kind of maneuver these little, they started out as rabbit ears, but they're like bow. It's a bow. It's a pretty bow. And keep maneuvering it and then tightening it. Okay. And we'll just keep that on hold for just a moment, because again, they're both absolutely gorgeous. This one's on sale for $9. It's got gold elements to it. It's absolutely beautiful. And we're definitely going to stamp this one. I think that's what I'll do, is I'll cut this one in half. And then it'll be layered on top of this one, because the color on color, although it's absolutely gorgeous and it would work, I just find that when you layer colors, it really accentuates and brings out the color better, in my opinion. So let's do that. I'll bring in my little trimmer, my absolute favorite trimmer. cut it at 4 inches. By 5 1/4. Let's see what it looks like layered on here. Now, I'm not putting my adhesive down just yet. Too bad I didn't have more vellum elements, but I've used them all, which means I've already made 9 cards for certain. Maybe 12. This might be card number 13, possibly. And this is where I'm kind of thinking, again, not sure just yet which ribbon. I'm kind of inclined to do the blackberry because that gold is just gorgeous. And I think I might want to do another gold accent. So some extra gold pieces. Because I think that looks really, really, really pretty. So this is what I do when I come up with alternatives. I just kind of play around with the different coordinating colors. And I might even just stamp as a background. Because although the plain is fine, again, I like to step it up. So this is kind of how my brain thinks. And before I adhere everything down, in case I decide to use ribbon or something, I kind of play around with it a little bit first. I'm kind of inclined to go with that, but let's just stamp this prize peony, because the only stamps that came with the December kit were these beautiful notes from the heart greetings. All of those are gorgeous, year-round, beautiful. And let's use our Blackberry Bliss. Sometimes color on color or Versamark on cardstock is a really nice feature. Oh yeah. That is really, really pretty. Blackberry Bliss is such a beautiful color. And while we have this open, let's see, are we going to do happy birthday? Or maybe we'll do a thank you. Let's see. Yep, the thank you will work on that one. That's really pretty. Let's do that one more time. And while we have it open, my idea a minute ago, because this needs to dry, was to stamp this one just to see what it looks like. That's pretty. Don't know what we'll do with that one just yet, because again, the way my brain thinks, that would look nice. And if you have a fern stamp in one of your stamps, that would look nice as a background as well. This would be super simple, just to put your thank you card right on top. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And that's how my brain works. Okay, that's, yes. And of course, I want some of this ribbon behind this thank you. So let's just give it a nice little trim. And I want to put this one on dimensionals. Beautiful. Just like that. Turns out I just needed the one. Beautiful. Okay. That, I like that a lot. Okay, let's stick with that for this card. Yeah, that's so pretty. Oh, and we're going to use the, well, we've got the gold. I think I'll use that one for that pink card here in a second. Let's just do this. Oh, I know. The big one in the middle. And two little ones on each outside piece here. A simple but stepped up card. So pretty. Oh my goodness. Love it. That one wasn't planned and neither was this one. So let's continue with this one. So you can see it as a background ever so lightly. I want to add the little gold. And when I use my grid to line it up, it makes my card look even better. There we go. That's about an 1/8. Again, before I put this one on, I will just double check the measurement. There we go. There, it's got that little bit of background there. Pretty. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. I'm going to put it in the middle, center it, lift up the flap, and add my adhesive. And add this beautiful piece right here. Now, which ribbon do I want to use? Since I'm not sure, let's just see which one might look the best. I mean, that does look amazing. But that one looks really pretty too. I'm undecided. I think they both would work. Which one? I know I want to use these embellishments. I don't like how that little piece is showing through, so I'm definitely going to cover it up with the beautiful Shimmer Gems. I think I'm going to go with the pink. The Pretty in Pink. That is really, really pretty. It's our new in color. That is pretty. Okay, so now we need a couple more. Let's see. Got 1, 2, 3. Technically, I didn't need the extra with the ribbon, but hey. Now, I definitely want to stamp on the inside because this is so pretty. That's one thing about paper pumpkin kits. When it's all words, if you had at least one something close to what's on there to stamp for the inside, but that's okay. We have this coordinating product and it's really, really close. So that's how my alternative brain works for alternatives. These two completely unplanned cards. You kind of got to see the process, how I think things through on what I want to do for an alternative. And I still have, as you can see, I still have some stuff left from the kit, but I did use most of it. But again, I've got elements here that I could definitely use to make a couple more cards, right? There's always plenty left over. So here are all of my cards again. I've got some open, unclean stamps over here, so I need to be real careful. Here's this one. So we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards tonight from the Notes from the Heart Paper Pumpkin Kit for December, and some alternatives. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight, either live or on the replay or even on YouTube later. Hope you all had a very Merry Christmas yesterday. I'm looking forward to next week, the 2nd, where I'm going to demonstrate some brand new products. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can play with some of that new product that's in the new mini catalog that's coming out and our celebration catalog. Maybe we will play with some hearts or maybe the happy hibiscus. There's also a beautiful online exclusive Easter stamp bundle. So lots to choose from. Thank you again for joining me. Happy stamping.